Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we welcome you to what Aaron and I have dubbed the gold or the crimson and gold corral. We're trying to figure out a nice sturdy name for our basketball arena, and we like the crimson and gold corral or the corral of gold and crimson. Either way, we have basketball action for you. First, we'll have your varsity girls Stallions and then the varsity boys Stallions, both taking on Area 10 foe, the Red Raiders of Marion County High School. Marion County is 3-4 on the season thus far. That includes making it all the way to the Northwest Alabama Conference semifinals before losing in those semifinals to Brilliant. They lost to Berry, and then Berry fell to Brilliant in the championship. And so, for at least the girls team, they did not quite that winning record, but they are 3-4, and so looking forward to that. South Lamar, on the other hand, still having a little trouble picking up a victory, as right now the Lady Stallions are 1-5 of the year. They lost to Lamar County barely, 79-21 was that final score, before picking up their first and lone victory of the season with a 48-43 victory over the Rebels of Caledonia High School, and then a 4-game losing streak, losing to Aliceville 63-42, and then a 62-50 loss in Tuscaloosa to Holy Spirit, then falling to Hubbardville 42-35. And then our last broadcast was in the opening round of the Northwest Alabama Conference Tournament, and they lost to the Hubbardville Lions 56-42. So head coach Clay Gillum, in his first season at the helm of the Lady Stallions, hoping to get another victory, or hoping to get a victory here against Area 10 foe, the Red Raiders of Marion County High School. We've had basketball all afternoon. The junior varsity girls lost. We do not have a final score of that. We came in right after that game, but we do know that that was a loss. But the B team boys, or the junior high boys, defeated the Red Raiders 50-24, and then we just finished up junior varsity, who also won the Northwest Alabama Conference Tournament for junior varsity. That was a final score of 70-34 over the Red Raiders of Marion County High School. We'll take a short pause, and when we come back, we will have the rosters for you. And so we'll take a short pause, and when we come back, we'll have those rosters. This is South Lamar Lady Stallions basketball on the South Lamar Radio Network. And welcome back again. We have rosters getting your way as we first look at the Stallions of South Lamar. As we go down our roster, of course, we're wearing number 1, Kalia Green, Natalie Watkins, Mackenzie Oglin, Tiffany Hayden, Tiffany Foster, Maria Bonacci, Jenny Jansen, Macy Barnes, Michelle Hawkins, Elizabeth McDaniel, and Jasmine Hood, and then Selena Bjornson. Looking across the way at head coach Brad Frazier. Interestingly enough, Brad Frazier and I, when I was researching this game, I thought his name looked rather familiar. I grew up going to camp with Brad Frazier. Brad Frazier and I were in gospel quartet groups. We've been singing together for years and years, and so a very good head coach in Brad Frazier over there for the Red Raiders. He is the head coach. He was telling me before the game that they've kind of got him really doing everything. He's coaching softball, coaching varsity boys basketball, varsity girls basketball, and assistant coaching. But he has number 11, Caitlin Jones, who is a 5'0 freshman, Alexis Hines, Caitlin Spiller, Josie Lipsy, Tiffany Duckworth, Emma Culp, and Mackenzie Pierce. And as the buzzers go off and we prepare for tip-off, we will have the starting lineups, and tonight's starting lineups, our honorary sponsor being Mason McCord, the honorary starting lineup sponsor. As we look at the starting lineup, first we will look at the visiting Marion County Red Raiders will be number 11. She's a 5'0 freshman. She's wearing number 11. Also will be number 20, Alexis Hines, a 5'6 junior. Then we see number 30, Josie Lipsy, and number 40, Emma Culp, a 6'1 sophomore. And then rounding off the starting lineup, the big starting off is number 44, the freshman in Mackenzie Pierce. So that is the starting five for the Red Raiders. And now the starting lineup for your South Lamar Lady Stallions. Wearing number 10, Natalie Watkins, a 5'5 sophomore. We also have Mackenzie Oglin, standing at 5'7", a sophomore for the Stallions. Then we also have number 14 will be in the starting lineup, Tiffany Foster, 5'7 junior. We'll also see Michelle Hawkins, a 5'5 senior. And then rounding off the starting lineup is number 42, Jasmine Hood. Those are your two starting lineups, presented today by Mason McCord. We'll do this every broadcast that we're able to have. The first person to comment that they are watching the game, and I actually need to make sure that we have 0 viewers. So, Mason, if you listen to the recording, you in trouble, buddy. Maybe you'll be back for the boys' game, but you were the sponsor for the girls' game as well. But as the teams make their way to the center line, I will mute video. So as you can tell, I got the perfect face for radio. And so we'll mute video, but we have action coming your way here. This is the South Lamar Radio Network. Marion County in away red uniforms, red tops with red shorts as well, white numerals. Standing, preparing for the tip-off is going to be Hood, and Hood will get the inbound, and she will get it. She receives it after defeating Marion County's Emma Culp. Here is Natalie Watkins on the far wing, moving right to left across your radio dial. Here's a three-pointer from Hood, drains it. Nothing but net from from Jasmine Hood, drains that, and assist by Natalie Watkins. Here's a three-pointer on the way, and that is off the mark by Josie Lipsy, and that comes down to Hood. And Hood takes it all the way down the length as well, and so Jasmine Hood already with 5 points on her night. Here coming down for the Red Raiders is Jones. Jones goes down low to Culp. Culp will knock it out of bounds, and that will be a turnover by the red-clad Red Raiders. South Lamar in their home white uniforms, white shirts, white pants with a crimson collar, crimson numerals with gold outline. Here is Hayden. Hayden to Hood across the court and finds Natalie Watkins back up top to Hood at the top of the key. Hands off now to Mackenzie Oglin. Oglin looks to her left to Hood. Wide open for three again. She misses that near side, and there will be a foul on the rebound. That will be against the Red Raiders. That's going to be against Alexis Hines going over the back, and so that will be her first personal foul. Team's first personal foul as well. Correction, that was on South Lamar. I was wondering why we were going the other way. That would probably explain why it went the other way. And then a out of bounds. Travel violation, that is, rather. Natalie Watkins called with the foul earlier, and then a turnover by the Red Raiders. So it is South Lamar basketball. Here is Natalie Watkins, who finds Jasmine Hood on the far wing. She will miss that shot. Rebound goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tiffany Foster. So Hood with all of the shooting thus far for the Stallions. Full court press by the Crimson and Gold. Here is the pass down to Lipsy. Lipsy at the left block. She puts a shot up and she is blocked. But unfortunately, that is also a foul by Natalie Watkins. That is her second personal foul. And that will send Josie Lipsy to the line to shoot 2 free throws. As the Red Raiders move left to right across your radio dial, it is 5-0 in favor of the Stallions as the first free throw is short. Second free throw is ensuing from number 30, Josie Lipsy. Shot up on the way. That is good. And so Marion County now on the board. Michelle Hawkins will inbound the ball. She finds Mackenzie Oglin. Oglin slowly making her way down the floor, now crosses the timeline. She finds Jasmine Hood on the near wing, back up top to Oglin, around the horn to Watkins. Watkins for 3, that's off the backboard. Lipsy with the rebound. So Lipsy quickly double teamed, coming close to not getting across in time, but finally does. Here is Mackenzie Pierce. Pierce goes back to Jones. Jones to Pierce. Pierce goes inside to find Alexis Hines at the right elbow. That is off the mark. Rebound last touched by South Lamar. So Hines misses her 2-point shot, but the rebound goes out. Here is underneath the basket, Culp. Culp's shot off the board, but she gets her own rebound, but then kind of falls down. Getting that rebound was Culp. She did get the rebound, but then she tripped on the way out, and so that is a turnover. And so South Lamar will have the basketball. South Lamar leads it 5-1. Here is Natalie Watkins. That is cleanly stolen away by Mackenzie Pierce. And Pierce will have a jump ball down at the end. So Mackenzie Pierce has a steal, but then at the end there is a jump ball. So Marion County with the ball underneath their own basket. 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Shot up, and there is a foul. Looks like that foul will be on Hood. Jasmine Hood will pick up her first personal foul, team third of the half. And going to the line to shoot 2 will be Emma Culp. Standing at 6'1", sophomore. Her first shot is off the mark. Score remains 5-1. 5 minutes and 21 seconds remain here in the opening quarter of play. Second free throw up on the way, hits nothing but net. And so we're going the other way now, 5-2. Working the point, Mackenzie Oglin at the volleyball offense line, moving right to left, looks to her right to find Watkins. Watkins around the horn, finds Jasmine Hood. Hood back to Oglin, around finds Watkins. Watkins for 3, hits absolutely nothing, and so that goes out of bounds by Natalie Watkins. And so that will be a team defensive rebound. Full court press on by the Stallions. Here is Hines. Hines will find Jones. Jones goes to the right block, up off the basket, and a good shot there by Hines. Hines will get that 2-point. Now we're going to have a official timeout as Michelle Hawkins needs to tie her shoes. Jones gets the assist on the shot there. And with that, Marion County 1 point away from tying the game. It is 5-4 in favor of the Stallions. Here's Hood. Hood goes to the near wing, goes down low and finds Tiffany Foster. Foster goes back to Hood for 3. She misses it, and the rebound comes down. And so Hood with another 3 that is missed, and the rebound came down to Lipsy. And down low there is another foul on the Stallions. This foul is the third personal foul on Natalie Watkins, and we're still in the first period. So going to the line to shoot a pair of free throws is Josie Lipsy. She bounces off the back iron and misses shot number 1. And Coach Clay Gillum, a lot of faith that hopefully Natalie Watkins will kind of ease up on her play as the second free throw is off, but the rebound comes down to Culp, and Culp will get the bucket to fall on the offensive rebound. And with that, the Red Raiders have taken their first lead of the game. It is now 6-5 in favor of the Red Raiders of Marion County. Here is Jasmine Hood for three. That's off the mark. Rebound, Natalie Watkins goes outside to find Oglin. Oglin takes a step forward off the backboard. That is good. And so from about the free throw line, we'll have Mackenzie Oglin. And now a new player checks in for South Lamar. That is going to be Selena Bjornson checking in for Natalie Watkins with 3 personal fouls. And so South Lamar leads it 7-6. Here is Josie Lipsy. Lipsy goes and finds the shot is up off the glass. That is missed by Mackenzie Pierce. And the rebound will come down to Hood. Here is Oglin at the top of the key. Looks to the right to find Hawkins. Hawkins to the far wing. Going baseline is Hood. Tries to go up and under. It kind of was blocked. And we're still fighting for it. Here is Hood, and she's fouled. All right, so Hood tried this shot. She missed it, but there was an offensive rebound by Oglin, who then passed it back to Hood, who missed the shot but was fouled. And that foul is going to be on number 44, Mackenzie Pierce. And so with that, Jasmine Hood will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. The first personal foul shot up on the way. That is good. Correction, that is going to be Culp with that personal foul. 8-6 is the score now after the front half is good by Hood. Second one off the back iron, and rebound comes down to Culp. And Culp will now hand off to Caitlin Jones. Jones finds Mackenzie Pierce. Pierce on the right elbow to Hines, and Hines is going to be fouled. And she was in the act of shooting, and so going back to the line will be the Red Raiders. That personal foul will be on Mackenzie Oglin. And so Alexis Hines will shoot and make one. Lexi Hines will attempt shot number 2, and she'll tie the game up at 8 yet again. Inbound goes to Oglin. We're tied 8-all. 3 minutes to go here in Q1. Here's Mackenzie Oglin. Oglin looks to her right and finds the homecoming queen in Michelle Hawkins. Here is Hood. Hood will travel with the basketball. So an unforced error will turn the ball over back to the Red Raiders. Red Raiders, here is Caitlin Jones. Jones crosses the timeline, looks to her left and finds Pierce. Pierce to the left, block, finding Culp. Culp misses the shot, and Hood gets the rebound. Defensive rebound to Hood, and Hood will go and take it herself and knock in 2 buckets with the layup. So it is now 10-8 in favor of the home squad. On the right block, here is Mackenzie, that is Emma Culp with Josie Lipsy with the assist. So we're knotted up again at a decade each. It is 10-10. Here's Michelle Hawkins back to the top of the key, looks to her left and finds Tiffany Foster. Foster to Hayden, goes back to Bjornson. Bjornson to the top of the key. Here is Jasmine Hood. Hood, NBA range, hits nothing but net. Wow. She was halfway between the top of the key and the center line, and that makes it 13-10. Here's Mackenzie Pierce, goes to the top of the key to Jones. Jones to the free throw line to Hines. Hines misses that shot, but she follows up and gets her own rebound, but then that's stolen away by Hood. Hood will go up, and there is a foul in attempt. And so the defensive rebound comes down to Hood, and there is a foul. Trying to draw the charge was the 5-foot freshman Jones. But the 5'6" sophomore in Jasmine Hood will go to the free throw line. She makes the first one. South Lamar has 14 points. 12 of those are by Miss Jasmine Hood. Make that 13. Your score is now 15-10. South Lamar leading rivals to the north in Marion County High School. Here is Alexis Jones. Jones will try and mishandle the ball. That is an unfortunate mistake by South Lamar as Jones was passing the ball to Pierce. Pierce mishandled it, and Oglen went to try and recover the pass and keep it inbound when it was obviously going out of bounds. But instead, it will be out of bounds by the Stallions, and so the Red Raiders will maintain possession. Here is Lipsy. Lipsy from 10 feet out, she misses that, and the rebound comes down to Bjornson. Down low will be Oglen. Oglen from the right block, and that is good. 17-10 is your score in favor of South Lamar. 66 seconds to go here in a quarter one of play. Here's Lipsy. Lipsy looks to cross the court and finds Pierce. Pierce just in front of the three-point line, misses it, and will have a jump ball. And possession arrow favors the Stallions. So South Lamar just under a minute to go, leading 17-10. Here's Mackenzie Oglen at the top of the key, looks to her left, finds a wide open Michelle Hawkins. And going down low, Tiffany Hayden mishandles the pass, and that's going to be stolen away by Emma Culp. Here down low, the shot is missed by Pierce, but the rebound comes down to Hines, who gets the bucket and the foul. And so, Christian Culp misses her shot. Culp misses her shot, an offensive rebound by Hines. Hines then puts it up and in, but there is a foul on the play. And that foul is going to be on Bjornson. And then we have another jump ball. And this time the jump ball favors the Marion County Red Raiders. And so with 27.2 seconds, the Red Raiders have the ball underneath their own bucket. Inbounding the ball is Pierce. Pierce looks and she finds an open Culp. Culp shot. There is a foul, but that appears to be on the floor before the shot. And so Jasmine Hood will pick up her second personal foul. He pointed that it was on the floor, but that is in the bonus now. And so shooting 1 and 1 will be Emma Culp. So she will toe the line. The 6'1 sophomore will toe the line for the front half of her 1 and 1. Shots on the way. That is no good. Rebound comes down to Jasmine Hood. Here's Hood quickly streaking down the court with the right hand bucket and the foul. So Jasmine Hood gets the bucket, count the foul, and it looks like that defensive foul is going to be on Caitlin Jones. That is her second personal foul. And so Jones fouls Jasmine Hood, who will attempt a traditional three-point play. 15 points already, give her still 15 if she misses that, and the rebound comes down to Culp. Culp, with 10 seconds left, will hand off to find Lipsy. Lipsy goes around and finds Hines. Hines, just with a runner, misses that. Rebound comes down to Bjornson, and then stolen away by Pierce. And so we have Lipsy missing the shot. Rebounding comes down to Bjornson. Bjornson has it stolen away by, believe that was a steal by Pierce. And with that, we'll end quarter number 1 of play. South Lamar leads at 19-12. We'll take a short pause, and we'll have second period action right after this. You're listening to South Lamar Basketball on the South Lamar Radio Network. Though our rules stipulated that you had to comment that you were listening to the game, We'll allow, if you like the status, to get a shout out. And so a shout out to a favorite friend of mine, Bridget Gear. Most of you might know of her as the better half of Dustin Weathers, his girlfriend. And so shout out to Bridget Gear. South Lamar gets the basketball to start the second period of play. Here's Michelle Hawkins, finds Jasmine Hood. Hood crosses the court to Oglen. Oglen thinks about three. Instead, that's going to be stolen away. And that's stolen by Pierce. Pierce will go back to the top of the key and find Jones. Jones finds Lipsy between the near wing and the top of the key, and there will be a foul. And that's going to be foul number 3 on Jasmine Hood. So that is, correction, that's going to be on Bjornson. So that's better news, but Selena Bjornson with 2 personal fouls will now send Lipsy to the line for the 1-and-1s. So Josie Lipsy will attempt the front half of the 1-and-1. Bends her knees, the shot up on the way, net. 19-13 is the score now. 30 seconds have elapsed in period number 2. Remember, immediately following this game, the reigning Northwest Alabama Conference champions, that was our last broadcast, will take on the Red Raiders as the second free throw is missed, and the rebound comes down defensively to Jasmine Hood. Here is Oglen. Oglen looks to her right to find Hawkins. Hawkins between the far wing and the top of the key. Back to Hood, almost goes back court. Back to Hawkins, back to Hood. Hood just standing at the top of the key, plenty of room. Looks to her right and finds Bjornson. Bjornson back to Hood, around the horn to Foster. Foster to Hood at the top of the key. Banks it, but it counts. It counts from Hood, and so add the assist from Bjornson. Here now is Mackenzie Pierce. Goes to Lipsy. Lipsy down low to Culp. Culp on the right block. Misses it, gets her own rebound, but then makes the second one. So Culp misses the first shot, gets her own rebound, and then makes the second one. And so Culp now with 7 points. 22-15 is your score. Oglen at the top of the key. Here is Hawkins for 3. Misses that wide. Lipsy comes down with the rebound. Lipsy with the rebound. She puts the shot up, misses that, but another rebound by Culp, and then another foul on the play. A lot of fouls so far. 12 combined fouls here in this first half of play. This foul will be the second on Mackenzie Oglen. So that will send Culp to the line to shoot 2, as that was a shooting play as she drains the first one. 22-16 is the score now here in the first half. Second is bounced and misses. Michelle Hawkins comes down with that rebound. Here is Mackenzie Oglen at the top of the key. Looks to her right to find Hawkins. Has to jump to get it. Here's Hood on the near wing. Finds at the free throw line Oglen. Oglen at the right block. Puts up a floater. Misses that. Rebound Culp. Culp has been a force defensively. Here is Jones. Jones finds Lipsy at the right elbow. She dribbles to her right, being guarded by Bjornson. Now picks up her dribble, goes to the top of the key to Jones. Jones head fakes a 3. Now goes down low to Lipsy. Lipsy picks up her dribble, finds Culp on the right block, takes a dribble up, no good. Rebound comes down to Oglen. Oglen goes down low, puts up a floater, misses the shot, but she is fouled on the play. That foul is going to be on Hines. That is her first personal foul. And that sends Mackenzie Oglen to the line to shoot 2 free throws. First up on the way, no good. So make that a combined 13 fouls. As the second free throw is missed as well, but Oglen gets her own rebound. That's why you follow your shot no matter where it is. And then the last pass goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Stallions, and so good work there, but it is a turnover. 22-16 is the score. South Lamar leading the Red Raiders of Marion County. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left to go. Here is Lipsy. Lipsy on the near wing. An attempt for a baseline pass to find Culp, but Culp was not where Lipsy thought she was, and so it is a team turnover. So South Lamar has the basketball. Starter Natalie Watkins missing majority already with 3 fouls. Here is Jasmine Hood. Hood driving inside the paint, puts up a floater, hits the net. More points for Jasmine Hood. 20 points. Sorry, I was a little excited. 20 points by Jasmine Hood. I think I already know who my player of the half is, at least. Here is a shot from the left elbow by Alexis Hines. She misses that. Rebound comes down to Hawkins. Here's Hawkins awaiting across the timeline, and she does. Possession arrow and the bonus light favor the Red Raiders. Here is Hawkins. Back to Hood. Hood drains another 3. The assist by Hawkins, and head coach Brad Frazier wants to take a full timeout, and we'll take one as well. South Lamar leads it 27-16, 4 minutes and 12 seconds left to go here in the first half. You're listening to South Lamar Basketball on the South Lamar Radio Network. And welcome back to the Corral of Crimson and Gold here on the campus of South Lamar High School. Head coach Brad Frazier of the Red Raiders of Marion County calling his team in, and Aaron and I were talking, and I imagine he had a few things to say. Hey, you know that girl who's wearing number 42 out there? Hey, you know how she's got 23 points? Yeah, maybe we should guard her a little bit. They are putting good pressure on her, but she is just finding the open lanes, and here is Mackenzie Pierce just in front of the three-point line. She misses that shot, but there is an over-the-back penalty called on the Red Raiders. That foul is going to be on, that's going to be on Lipsy, her first personal foul, team 5th. Here's Hood. Hood crosses the court to find Hawkins. Hawkins to Oglin. Oglin misses the 3 short. And the rebound comes down to Hines. Hines and Lipsy with the shot. She misses that, and the rebound comes down to Tiffany Foster. Shot by Hines, misses, rebounded by Foster. Here is the shot by Bjornson, by Foster, that is missed as well. That rebound came down to Lipsy. And then we have another foul. This foul will be called on, yikes. That is going to be the 3rd personal foul by Miss Hood. Actually, that is her 2nd personal foul. And so that will send Lipsy to the line to shoot in the double bonus. So South Lamar now in 10 fouls here in the half. She makes the first one. 27-17 is the score. Josie Lipsy takes her 2nd free throw and hits nothing. Air ball on the free throw. And so we'll go back across the way. 10-point lead for the South Lamar hosting Lady Stallions. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Here's Oglin at the top of the key. Goes and finds Hood. Hood inside the paint. Hood on 4. And Hood knocks it down to give her 25 points. Here's Lipsy. Lipsy hands off to Pierce. Just short of the 3-pointer, but that is 2 points, but that is good. And so give Pierce 2 points with the assist by Lipsy. Lipsy has 3 points on her game, but she is one of the players for the Red Raiders that is just all over this court. Here is Hood. Hood goes inside the paint. There will be a whistle. 3 seconds in the lane called by the Stallions. And so there will be 3 seconds in the lane. And so a new player in for the Red Raiders. Checking out is Culp. And checking in will be number 33, Tiffany Duckworth, a sophomore as well. And here is Culp. That is Hines. And Hines gets the 2-point bucket. So 2:10 to go. South Lamar leads it by 8 now, 29-21. Oglin at the top of the key. Looks to her left and finds Hood. Hood with that same play floats it up, misses it, gets her own rebound. Second chance up, she misses that. That rebound comes down to Hawkins. So Hood misses one shot, gets her own rebound, misses the second shot. Hawkins gets that rebound. And then we have another turnover by South Lamar. Minute 45 to go, 29-21 is the score in favor of South Lamar. Here's Mackenzie Pierce. She looks to her right. Now down low is Duckworth on the right block. Her shot is up, hotly contested, but she'll knock it down. So 29-23 with 90 seconds to go here in this first half. Slowly crawling down the court is the Stallions. Here is Hood. Hood from Hawkins. Here from the left elbow. Here is Hood. Nothing but net. And we'll give the assist to Michelle Hawkins. 31-23. 60 seconds to go here in the opening half of play. Mackenzie Pierce to the top of the key to Jones. Jones to the free throw line to Hines. Back up top. Goes to the far wing. Now to Lipsy. To the top of the key to Jones. Jones for three. No. And the rebound comes down to Hawkins. Michelle Hawkins now hands off to Oglin with 40 seconds here in quarter number 2. Colt preparing to check back in. Here is Hood. Hood with a high shot that is off the mark. Oglin with the rebound. Her shot's up. She misses that. Here's Bjornson and a travel. And so an offensive rebound by Oglin, who then gets it to Bjornson, who then travels with the ball, which is unfortunate there. And so half a minute to go. Here is Caitlin Jones, goes down low. Here is Culp now back into the game and gets buckets on the left block. So Culp with the assist by Jones. Duckworth off the court now. Here's a three-pointer by Hawkins that is missed. The rebound comes down, and that comes down to Hood. Hood with a three, trades another one, and she'll run into the locker room. And so a three-pointer missed by Hawkins is rebounded by Hood, who drains another far beyond NBA range three-pointer. And that will send us to the half. South Lamar leads it 34-25 at the end of half number 1. We'll take a short pause, and when we come back, we will have some halftime stats and analysis. Again, South Lamar leads it 34-25 over area conference foe, Marion County. This is South Lamar Radio on the South Lamar Radio Network. And welcome now to the halftime report between your South Lamar Lady Stallions and the Red Raiders of Marion County High School. Or as this contest is proven to be, it's really Jasmine Hood versus Marion County. As we look, Jasmine Hood leading all scorers of South Lamar's 34 points. Jasmine Hood has 30. She is 11 of 19 from the floor, 5 of 9 from beyond the arc, and a majority of those would make Stephen Curry blush with how far away they are and how sweetly they are going to that bucket. She's also doing a solid job rebounding. She leads her team with 8 rebounds, 6 of them defensively and 2 offensively. As we look at some of the comparison statistics, South Lamar is shooting 45% from the floor, 13 of 29 from the floor. Marion County shooting 35%. They are 9 of 26 from the floor. As far as three-point shooting goes, South Lamar is 36%. They have an attempted 14 and have connected on 5, all 5 of those by Jasmine Hood. South Lamar leads the rebounding category with 23 rebounds. Marion County with 19. Personal fouls, though. South Lamar, 10 personal fouls there in that first half, and 5 by Marion County. Another big issue, turnovers. South Lamar has turned the ball over 9 times compared to the Red Raiders' 5, and that has led to 10 points off of turnovers. I tell you, some of the most important statistics that get overlooked are points off of turnovers and second chance points. As we look at offensive rebounds, both teams are tied at 8 offensive boards apiece. South Lamar slightly trails in that category as the Red Raiders have 7 second chance points while South Lamar has 6. The only other statistical categories that Marion County lead are free throw percentages. Free throws, South Lamar has only attempted 7 but made 3 of those. That's 43%, whereas Marion County has made 7 of an attempted 16 to give them 44%. But also, Marion County leads with 16 points in the paint. The only other Lady Stallion with points on her score page is Mackenzie Oglin, who is 2 of 4 from the floor. Also with rebounds, of course, Jasmine Hood with 8 rebounds, 4 by Mackenzie Oglin, 3 from Michelle Hawkins, 2 from Selena Bjornson, and 1 apiece from Tiffany Foster and Natalie Watkins. And 2 assists, 2 great assists from Michelle Hawkins, 1 apiece from Bjornson and Hayden. Your leading scorer for Marion County, Emma Cope, 10 points thus far, right behind where South Lamar, it's been really one player. It's been the opposite for Marion County. Out of the 6 players who have seen the floor, only 1 has not scored. Emma Cope, sophomore, 10 points. Alexis Hines has 8 right behind her. Josie Lipsy with 3, and then 2 apiece from Mackenzie Pierce and from Tiffany Duckworth. Rebounding, also leading in the rebounding statistic is Emma Culp. She has 7 rebounds, 4 offensive. She has been red hot in the paint. She has 8 points in the paint. She's 4 of 9 from the floor. She's also 2 of 5 from the charity stripe. And as I mentioned, a lot of assists coming from Lipsy. She has 2 assists, but Pierce is another big category. Mackenzie Pierce with 3 steals. And as we we'll take a break, and this will be our halftime chat together. Really the big thing, obviously, head coach Brad Frazier, keep Hood under wraps. 30 points is unacceptable in one half for one player. For the opposition, at least, it's perfectly acceptable for us, obviously, for South Lamar. But for South Lamar, definitely keep track of those fouls. 10 fouls in the first half. 2 players with 3 fouls each is not exactly the best thing, especially when one of those is Natalie Watkins. She has a lot of great play. And Jasmine Hood, 3 fouls as well. So Jasmine Hood has 16 minutes to play without committing 2 fouls. And so hopefully keep her active and try and spread the ball around a lot. We're probably going to see some like quadruple teaming of Hood, but that's going to leave players open. And so with that, we'll pause. When we come back, we'll have second half action. You're listening to the South Lamar Lady Stallions on the South Lamar Radio Network. And welcome back to the Crimson and Gold Corral here on the campus of South Lamar. We are underway in half number 2. Here is the Red Raiders moving right to left across your radio dial now. As I have to pull my screen down, this is Jones. Jones and finds Mackenzie Pierce from the left elbow. She misses that, and the rebound comes down to Tiffany Foster. So here is Oglin to Michelle Hawkins. On the court for South Lamar, Hood, Hawkins, Bjornson, Foster, and Oglin. Here is Oglin at the top of the key. On the floor for Marion County, Jones, Hines, Lipsy, Culp, and Pierce. Here's Oglin at the top of the key, moving left to right now across your radio dial are the Crimson and White Stallions. And it looks like we're going to have another 3-second in the lane violation. That is Bjornson's third lane violation. And so unnecessary turnovers by the Stallions will give the Red Raiders the basketball. Here is the point guard and Caitlin Jones. Jones looks to her left and finds Pierce. Pierce now trying to work around Hood. Will find Lipsy. Lipsy at the left block misses that rebound. Culp gets it in again. So Lipsy misses it. There's yet another offensive rebound and bucket by Culp. That is her bread and butter. 34-27 is your score now. Here is Oglin for 3. Misses that wildly. Rebound comes down to Jones. It's still being fought for, but Oglin will get that. And then we'll have a foul. And it looks like that's going to be off the ball. Looks like that's going to be Stallion foul. So we're going to have an offensive foul on Bjornson. That is her third personal foul. So Lipsy with the ball now finds Pierce on the far wing, goes down low to find Hines. Hines misses it, and it is last touched by the red-clad Red Raiders. So Hines misses her shot, and that goes out of bounds, so it is South Lamar basketball. Also want to thank Miss Talita Janes for tuning in to South Lamar basketball. Yet another shout out for those who have liked the status and let us know that you enjoy us broadcasting the games that you can't make it to. Here is a three-pointer on the way by Oglin that is missed, and the rebound comes down to Lipsy. Lipsy down at the left block, and she will be fouled. At the left block, Lipsy tries to put up a shot. Instead, she's going to be fouled by Michelle Hawkins. And so now with shots on the way will be Lipsy. And so to Josie Lipsy, her first free throw up on the way, nothing but net. Michelle Hawkins picks up her first personal foul of the contest. That's South Lamar's second here in half number 2. Fouling was an issue in half number 1 for the Stallions. The second shot up, missed, but she gets her own rebound. So another good job by Lipsy. Lipsy goes down low to find Culp, and she is fouled. Did I not mention we probably ought to work on our fouls? This foul will be on, yikes. Personal foul number 4 by Jasmine Hood. Jasmine Hood, 1 foul away from fouling out of this contest as the first shot by Culp is made. 2 Stallions preparing to check in. You would assume Jasmine Hood will be one of those to step off, and the second free throw is missed. The rebound comes down to Hines, and Hines gets the bucket. And so 2 Stallions preparing to check in, and Clay Gillum will call a 30-second timeout to get that in. And so we'll take a short pause as well. South Lamar now leads only by 3, 34-31. You're listening to South Lamar Basketball on the South Lamar Radio Network. Tiffany Hayden now replacing Tiffany Foster as Elizabeth McDaniel replaces Jasmine Hood. No, Jasmine Hood's still in the game, but she misses that 3. Hood misses the 3, and the rebound comes down to the Red Raiders. And here is a shot on the way, and that is good by Mackenzie Pierce, pulling the Red Raiders within 2. Correction, 1. My math never was good. Here's a 3-pointer on the way from Hawkins. That is off the mark. Rebound by the Red Raiders. That's Lipsy with it. Lipsy with a chance. She puts up a shot, misses it. She gets her own rebound. Gets it to Culp. Culp up, misses that. And it's just tip ball. And with that, the Red Raiders take their first lead of the game off the shot by Lipsy. So Lipsy now gives the Red Raiders a 35-34 lead, and that's going to be it. Now we have a technical foul. We have a technical foul called, not sure on whom. It appears as though we have one technical foul that will be on the Stallions. It looks like Tiffany Hayden was one of them. Not Tiffany Hayden. It looks as though there will be a foul on Jasmine Hood, and she has been removed from this contest, and she will also, in the process, be called with a technical foul. And so, actually, no, one of the technical is going to be on one of the Red Raiders. No, okay, all right, I'm confusing myself here. We had a foul by the Red Raiders underneath the basket. Not sure who that was. But then in the process, we have a technical foul on technical foul. Double technicals. Good grief, they're confusing me. All right, let me try this again. Let's see here. Yeah. I think 42 had the initial foul, and then threw Hood was upset with her foul, and then just kind of mouthed off a little bit, and then got a technical thrown on top of it. Not sure who the tech was on the Red Raiders, but double technical fouls in any case. And so an offensive foul by by Hood. Give me a moment to try and collect everything. Offensive foul by Hood, and then there were double technical fouls. One of those technicals was by Hood. And then free throws on the other end were good by Marion County. And there was a technical foul as well on the Red Raiders, which sent Natalie Watkins to the free throw line. And Natalie Watkins made both of hers as well. And so as it stands now, we have another foul. Goodness. Woo. The referees are not afraid to call their whistles today. As it stands right now, I think I got things sorted out. Not 100% sure, but maybe. I do know that the Red Raiders lead 37-36, and the leading scorer with 36 points, Jasmine Hood, is off the floor and will remain off the floor the remainder of this contest. Forgive me for my confusion. Things get kind of difficult when you're up in the crow's nest. In any case, here is a steal by Colt. Here is a steal by Colt going down low. We have a double dribble by South Lamar after a steal by Oglen. Things are kind of falling. The wheels are falling off for South Lamar. And so it will be Red Raider basketball underneath their own bucket. South Lamar's wheels are falling off quite a bit here now. It's still 37-36, but sloppy play constantly. There is 3-second violation on the Red Raiders this time. Whew. My ears are going to be ringing with whistles. We had a combined 15 fouls in the first half, and right now we have 6 here in half number 2. Here is Natalie Watkins, goes down low. Tip ball goes away, but it finds Tiffany Hayden. Hayden shot is missed, and the rebound comes down to Culp. Culp, and then it is stolen away by Hayden. And so down low, Hayden misses the shot. The rebound comes down to and we have another whistle on the court. Looks like we're going to have I don't know. I need to be able to see the other side as we have another technical foul. I believe this technical foul is going to be called on Michelle Hawkins. 37-36, South Lamar's third technical foul of this contest. This one is on Michelle Hawkins. Free throw up and in. The one free throw is up and good by Pierce. And so with 2 minutes and 38 seconds, South Lamar trails it 38-36. Shot up is missed. Rebound comes down to Hawkins. Rebound comes down to Hawkins. She's at the top of the key. She looks to her left and finds Oglen. Oglen to Watkins for 3. Misses just short. Rebound comes down to Hayden. So Watkins misses a 3 and an offensive rebound by Tiffany Hayden. Down underneath the bucket is McDaniel. She gets down low. Her shot is missed and rebounded by, I believe that is going to be Hines. And now here is Hines, goes outside to Lipsy. Lipsy going right to left across your radio dial on the far wing. She finds Mackenzie Pierce in front of the three-point line. She misses that, and the rebound comes down to Hayden. Hayden, her shot is up. She misses, and it goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Stallions. And checking out will be Hawkins. Checking in will be a timeout. A well-deserved timeout for both squads and for me. Maybe I can figure out what's going on. We're going to have a 30-second timeout by the Red Raiders. As of right now, the Red Raiders lead 38-36. You're listening to South Lamar Basketball on the South Lamar Radio Network. And welcome back to South Lamar basketball, the inbound to Marion County. Here is Jones. Jones finds Pierce. Back to Jones at the top of the key. Looks to her right to find Hayden. That is Hines. And from the left elbow is Mackenzie Pierce. Give her 2 points. And the assist coming from Hines. 40-36 is the score now. Here is Watkins. Watkins crosses the court, almost stolen away, but instead that will be a foul. This foul I actually caught. That one was on Lipsy. That is her second personal foul. That is her second personal foul. Possession arrow favors the Stallions. Correction, favors the Red Raiders. Here is Oglen at the top of the key. Looks to her left to find Natalie Watkins. Back up top to Hayden. Hayden's at the top of the key. She'll hand off. Almost loses control. Does lose control. But finally, Oglen controls it. Here's Watkins at the far wing. Watkins back up top to Oglen. Oglen drives inside of the paint. Puts up a floater. That is no good. Rebound to McDaniel, who then just hands off to Watkins. And Watkins misses it. So McDaniel misses her shot. Gets the rebound. And then a shot by Watkins is missed as well and is rebounded by Lipsy. Lipsy goes down the court, is fouled. This foul on Tiffany Hayden will send Lipsy to the line to shoot 2. She misses the first. 2 fresh legs in for Marion County. Coming in will be Spiller and Duckworth. Caitlin Spiller, a 5'6" junior, and Tiffany Duckworth checking in for Culp and Hines, who have combined for 23 points. Second free throw up, no good, but last touched by South Lamar. As I mentioned, wheels falling off for South Lamar. Underneath their own basket, but it's not out of reach for the Stallions, and there is a travel violation. I mean, it's one of those instances where it's complete domination, it seems, by the Red Raiders, but South Lamar is merely 4 points behind, and so still very in this game, 40-36 with 20 seconds to go in the penultimate quarter of play. And here is a jump ball, and the jump ball favors the Red Raiders. We had Red Raider fans calling for a travel violation. We had Stallions fans calling for a foul, and the referees called jump ball, and so it will go in favor of the Red Raiders. Here's Jones. Jones to Pierce, back to Jones. Pierce just with her toe on the three-point line, misses that, and there is the quarter buzzer. Still 4 points between South Lamar and the Red Raiders of Marion County. 40 for the Red Raiders, 36 for the Stallions. Keep it here for the final quarter of play. You're listening to the South Lamar Radio Network. And welcome to quarter number 4 of play. Special thank you to Daniel Thornton for tuning in and listening, or at least saying he would. He may later. But it is South Lamar basketball beginning the final 8 minutes of play. South Lamar trails by 4 points. Here is Natalie Watkins, and that ball is stolen away by Caitlin Jones. Here is Jones. She passes to Pierce. Pierce back to Jones at the top of the key. Back to Pierce. Crosses the court to find Lipsy. Lipsy at the right block. She puts up a shot. And there is an elbow thrown. And so she has the charge violation. So we will have a charge by Lipsy. That is her third personal foul. South Lamar with the basketball in a two-possession game. Here is a pass that tried to be a little touch pass instead. That's going to be stolen away yet again by Jones. Here is Pierce moving right to left across your radio dial. Here's Lipsy back to the top of the key to Jones. Jones back to Lipsy. Crosses the court to find Pierce to Lipsy again. Lipsy to Jones. And tries to go down low to Culp. Instead, that will find its way out of bounds. So the score has been, for the last several minutes of play, 40-36. The visiting Red Raiders from Ewan, Alabama. Here's Natalie Watkins. Watkins to Oglin at the top of the key. Oglin goes and finds Hayden. Hayden's shot is missed and rebounded by Pierce. Correction, that is Foster back on the floor. But the rebound has come down by Pierce, and then we have a travel violation. We have a travel violation, and so South Lamar now with the basketball again. Here is Oglin now quickly working her way down the court. Goes and finds Hayden, and Hayden with a double dribble. Turnover followed by turnover followed by turnover. That's been the story of quarter number 4. And checking back into the contest, replacing Oglin and Foster will be Hawkins. And Oglin actually was just getting a word from her coach. Here is Pierce. Pierce hands off to Jones at the top of the key, who finds Lipsy right in front of her bench. Lipsy goes and finds Pierce. At the free throw line is Hines. Hines' shot is up. She is fouled on that shot. Believe that foul is going to be on number 25. And so Elizabeth McDaniel picks up that. And so that will send Alexis Hine, the 5'6" junior, to the line to shoot 2. She misses shot 1. And she misses shot 2 as well. And a foul on the floor on Culp. Whew. These whistles are giving Aaron and I a migraine up here. So we have an offensive foul on Culp. That is her second personal foul. Here's Hawkins on the right block for South Lamar. Tries to throw up a shot, and she'll be fouled. That foul will be on number 20. That will be Hines' second personal foul, sending Hawkins to the line, and the score will stay 40-36. Michelle Hawkins at the line, shooting number 2, and she misses that one as well. Rebound comes down to Culp. And another whistle. This is a foul on South Lamar. This is the third personal foul on Mackenzie Oglin, and will send Emma Culp to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Front half of the 1-and-1 is short off the front iron. Rebound comes down to Hawkins. Hawkins will hand off to Oglin. Oglin, as they move left to right across your radio dial. And here coming up, that is off the mark. McDaniel gets the rebound, being fought for. And it is rebounded by this, the Red Raiders, and we're going back down the court yet again quickly. Here is Hawkins, and Hawkins will be fouled. As you can tell, pretty much the entire arena is unhappy with a lot of stuff, as that is going to be Hines' third personal foul. And that sends Michelle Hawkins to the line to shoot a free throw. The first one was good. The second was no good by Michelle Hawkins. So it is now 40-37, rebound by the Red Raiders. Here on the outside is Josie Lipsy. She finds Pierce at the free throw line, finds Alexis Hines. Outside to Pierce at the top of the key. Great ball movement by the Red Raiders. Lipsy tried to control it, but instead it's stolen away by McDaniels. South Lamar a mere 3 points behind. Here is Hayden driving inside the lane, puts up a floater, no good. She gets her own rebound. That is blocked and then taken away by Hines. Whew. This is a fun game. Correction, that was Jones. And here is a shot by Hines that is missed. Last touched by South Lamar. Whew. I feel sorry for these girls running back and forth, and they're spending as much time sprawling around on the floor, hustling after balls from both squads. Here is Lipsy. Lipsy finds Pierce. Pierce misses her shot. Rebound comes down to Hayden. And we've mentioned the referee, or I've mentioned the referees. It's not that they're making bad calls. They're just one of those instances where if you see it, call it. And so they're calling nearly everything. And so, everything that they're calling is a foul both ways. It's not that they're favoring one team over another. It's just a sloppy game from both sides, really. And here is a foul. Again, the fourth personal foul now on Hines, which sends Michelle Hawkins to the line. She misses free throw number 1. She'll attempt her second. Her second is missed as well. And a whistle. Looks like there was a lane violation. There was a lane violation, and so she'll take another attempt. And she missed that one. And this rebound comes down to Emma Culp, and it's being fought for, and we have a jump ball. Possession error favors the Red Raiders. Woo. Here is Jones. Jones crossing the timeline, just shy of 4 minutes to play. That ball is stolen away cleanly by Oglen thanks to a tip by Natalie Watkins. Here's Oglen up off the back hit. Good. Finally, some good news for the Stallions as they're now within 1 point. Here is Lipsy, and that's stolen away by Oglen, but Oglen will be fouled. Oglen gets another steal and is fouled. And we will have a timeout on the floor. And when we come back with a timeout, we'll sort out the foul and who's going to the line for what and for how long. But it is a full timeout by Coach Brad Frazier, his second full timeout. Right now, South Lamar trails it by 1 with a 1-and-1 opportunity ensuing. You're listening to South Lamar Basketball on the South Lamar Radio Network. A foul on the floor. This appears to be on number 30. Will be Lipsy, will be her 4th personal foul. Will send Oglen to the free throw line to shoot 1-and-1. The front half could tie this game. No. Rebound, Red Raiders. Plenty of time still left. As that free throw, that rebound came down to Lipsy. Here is Pierce with a shot. She misses that. Rebound being fought for, and that comes down to Hines. And then that is stolen away. Here is Hayden. Hayden puts up a wild shot, misses that. Rebound Hayden, and the South Lamar Stallions take the lead. Oglin misses her shot. It is rebounded by Hayden, and then Hayden puts it up and buckets it. And South Lamar with a 41-40 lead. And then on the other end of the floor, there is a foul on Hayden. McDaniel, correction. That is her second personal foul, which will now send Hines to the line to attempt to tie. And she'll make the free throw. We have a brand new ball game. That was the front half of the 1-and-1. She does have another ensuing. This has been a fun game thus far. Second shot ensuing. Up, good. And now we have a timeout by Clay Gillum, and it will be a 30-second timeout as well. We'll pause as well. That's Clay Gillum's second 30-second timeout. We've had a lead change within about 2 seconds. As it stands right now, the Red Raiders of Marion County lead it 42 to South Lamar's 41 with 2:53 to go. You're listening to South Lamar Basketball on the South Lamar Radio Network. Part of that timeout was to pause and take a look at the knee as South Lamar's personal trainer, Kenyon, goes and looks at Tiffany Hayden's knee. And checking in for her is going to be Oglin. Oglin misses her shot, and the rebound comes down to Lipsy. Lipsy's shot is up and missed. Lipsy's shot is up and she misses it, and the rebound is South Lamar's as that went off or went out of bounds. So South Lamar trails it by 1. 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go here in quarter number 4. Doesn't get closer than this, folks. Here is on the floor for the Stallions is Foster Oglin, who has a layup go out, but she gets her own rebound. And then that one is blocked, but she gets the rebound again for 3, misses, and the rebound will come down to Hines. And so Oglin misses one, the block by Culp, but the rebound came down to Oglin, tried the three-pointer. Oglin tried the three-pointer, missed it, but the defensive rebound came down to Pierce. And on the other end, the ball will travel out of bounds, and so it is South Lamar basketball, trailing by 1, minute 40 to go in this contest. Little miscommunication by the Stallions, but here's Natalie Watkins, and there is a foul on the floor. Caitlin Jones will pick up her third personal foul, which will now send Natalie Watkins to the line to potentially tie or take the lead. First shot, good. Brand new ball game, 42-42, with 95 seconds remaining in the game. Second shot up on the way, that is missed. We're still tied. Rebound comes down to Lipsy. Lipsy working her way down the court, finds Colt. Colt on the right block, good. With the assist by Lipsy. Here's Michelle Hawkins on the far wing to the top of the key to Oglin. Oglin finds Watkins for 3. Misses that off the back iron, and Lipsy gets the rebound. Now we have a jump ball. Lipsy gets the rebound, but it is in favor of the Red Raiders. Actually, the possession arrow was favoring South Lamar. That should have been South Lamar's basketball. But it doesn't matter anyway, as now Oglin just throws it straight up in the air and misses it. And then it is rebounded by number 44, and I think the clock is running. Okay. Ooh, a lot of craziness going on in this contest. As Oglin essentially just threw it straight up in the air, and it was recovered by Hines. And the referee called an official timeout. I believe previously when the jump ball was called, the possession arrow was favoring South Lamar, but they gave the Red Raiders the basketball. And they're trying to figure out what to do now as the possession arrow never changed. And so as the referees try and figure things out, we'll take a short pause. Actually, we'll look at some statistics on this official timeout. As we look at rebounds, defensively, the Red Raiders now leading every category statistically except turnovers, which you don't want to be led in. 23 defensive rebounds for South Lamar, 30 for Marion County, 17 offensive rebounds, and 14 second chance points by the Red Raiders. How's this for how the third quarter went? The Red Raiders had 15 points in quarter number 3. South Lamar a blistering 2. And thus far in quarter number 3, the Red Raiders have had 4, and South Lamar has had 6. Both teams are in the double bonus. South Lamar have 14 fouls to their credit, and the Red Raiders have 10. And right now they've sent the clock to 42 minutes and 44 to 44. So we got to figure out timing and points and everything. So as we get this all settled out, we'll give me a break since I got a whole nother basketball game to go right after this. Right, I don't know what to do. Right now the scoreboard says it's tied at 44-44. My personal stats, now it says it's 48-44, but in favor of South Lamar. I'm not sure how we got 48 points. We'll take a pause and let them figure this out. The scoreboard said 44-44. Now it says South Lamar leads 48-44. And my personal stats say Marion County leads 44-42. This may take a little while, so we'll take a pause. You're listening to the South Lamar basketball on the South Lamar Radio Network. All right, we got things settled down. 49.6 seconds remain. And who would have thought that the stat guy who's doing the stats on his little iPad would have the score correct? I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything, but, I was paying attention. It is 44-42 with the Red Raiders leading the Stallions. Possession arrow favors the Stallions. The Red Raiders will have the inbound. Here is the inbound. Finally, back underway are we. Here's Jones to Lipsy. And we have a foul by Natalie Watkins, just getting the foul, trying to stop the clock. So Natalie Watkins will pick up her 4th personal foul and will send Lipsy to the line to shoot. Lipsy is 4 of 12. 4 of 12 from the charity stripe, and so a good player to send to the line if you're the Stallions. Not in this case. When the Stallions needed her to be at her least, she makes to make it a 3-point contest. One more could essentially put the game out of reach. She misses that, but the rebound comes down to Hines. Hines makes it. Misses the free throw, rebound Hines, and then Hines takes the shot and connects. 30 seconds, 47. Here is underneath the basket is Oglin. Oglin's shot is rebounded. She finally gets her own rebound. Here is Natalie Watkins. She misses her 3. And the rebound comes down to Pierce. Jones, that is. Down underneath the basket. The rebound comes down to Lipsy. Lipsy will get the offensive rebound and then the bucket. And there is the final buzzer. We weren't sure it was ever going to end, but the telling of the final score is now true and full. The Red Raiders of Marion County High School will defeat the Stallions of South Lamar by a final score of 49-42. Keep it here, and we'll come back with some post-game stats and analysis and take us a nice long break before we get ready for the men's game. Keep it here. The telling of the final score, South Lamar falls 49-42 to Marion County. You're listening to South Lamar Basketball on the South Lamar Radio Network. And welcome back to South Lamar Lady Stallions basketball on the South Lamar Radio Network. South Lamar falls to the Marion County Red Raiders by a final score of 49 to, well, my stats aren't loading for me now. I just had it. By a final score of 49-42. Very great game. If you're a fan of basketball, you can only imagine the pandemonium that happened during the Malice at the Palace when it was the Pacers and Pistons brawl. With no fighting at all, just a lot of confusion. A lot of not sure what's going on, not sure what's happening, who's doing what, why, where, and how. Multiple whistles. I can tell you that much. I can tell you that there were plenty of whistles called, and it appears as though I'm going to have to restart my stats app. It freaked out enough. But as it stands, South Lamar falls to 1-6 overall, while Marion County will get to 500 on the year. They are 4 for 4. All right, here we go. As we look at your game stats, South Lamar shot 27% from the floor, 15 of 55, whereas Marion County was 36% from the floor, shooting 17 of 47. Who needs long range? Not the Red Raiders. The Red Raiders attempted only 2 shots from beyond the arc, missed both of those, but apparently it didn't matter as they were 36 from the floor, making 17 and 30 points in the paint. As we look at rebounding, Marion County out-rebounded the Stallions by 10, 50-40. And as we look at your leading scores, Jasmine Hood played really only one half of basketball and had 30 points. Also with points for South Lamar, Mackenzie Oglin with 6, Natalie Watkins with 3, Tiffany Hayden with 2, and Michelle Hawkins with 1. Looking down the way at Marion County, a double-double for Miss Emma Culp. 15 points and 11 rebounds for the 6'1 sophomore. Great player down there, and Emma Culp, just get it to her on the box, and she's got it in. 14 points also for Alexis Hines. 9 points for Josie Lipsy. 7 points for Mackenzie Pierce. And 2 points for Tiffany Duckworth. 14 rebounds by Lipsy. And so it's hard for me to say. I mean, a double-double, obviously very good, 11 and 15. But right behind her, Lipsy, 1 point away from a double-double. She had 14 rebounds, 3 assists. And so I got a tie with Emma Culp and Josie Lipsy as my personal players of the game. And as we look at our next contest, as I pull up my schedule, the next contest will be versus Gordo tomorrow in Gordo. That will be at 7 p.m. At least that was the last schedule that I looked at. Aaron's giving me a funny look, so we'll let you know on the Facebook page. But in any case, the telling of this final score, South Lamar trails and falls to Marion County 49-42. We thank you for tuning in to this contest. Be sure to click the link immediately underneath this one, as we are about 10 minutes away from tipping off your South Lamar Stallions, coming off from winning the Northwest Alabama Conference Championship Tournament, and the Red Raiders of Marion County. And so until we see again here in about 5 minutes, I'm Dustin Seymour. Stay safe. Go Stallions. God bless. This is the South Lamar Radio Network.